One of the cost benefits of moving to the cloud is that you don't have to make sizable initial hardware investments. Instead, you basically rent hardware, paying a much smaller monthly recurring fee. Because of this difference in cost structure, you can use your budget much more wisely. Thanks to big players like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, who all provide cloud computing platforms. Hello and welcome to VAR India News Hour. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the internet, that is the cloud, to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scale. By adopting a subscription-based cloud-hosted framework, organizations can shift IT costs from a capital expenditure, that is CapEx model, to an operating expense, that is OpEx model. That provides both greater predictability and the opportunity to spread costs out over time. Ultimately, cloud systems are cheaper in startup costs, maintenance costs, and support costs. However, the exact figure depends on the amount of data needed to be stored. The trend shows that cloud adoption has become a common practice by many enterprises. Now, many companies that have embraced the cloud are feeling the acute burden of a spike in spending. Cloud computing is sweeping across industries, and the majority of organizations are moving to the cloud in order to scale up their business. A common phenomenon is that anything that becomes popular in the digital world will inevitably become a target of smart cyber attacks, and cloud computing platforms are no different. However, when it is not managed properly, it can also expose the organizations to sophisticated cyber attacks. Data in the cloud may just be more vulnerable than data on on-site servers. These vulnerabilities are compounded by lapses across both cloud service providers, that is CSPs, and end users. Experts say that it is a common problem with the enterprises. It has ineffective or no cloud cost management operations, also known as cloud FinOps, that is financial operations. FinOps should include cloud cost observability systems that report what's spent where, by whom, and for what purpose, as well as the root cause of the spending. With the adoption rates increasing, there are possibilities of increasing a new type of attack, that is cloud cyber attack, that targets off-site service platforms that offer storage, computing, or hosting services via their cloud infrastructure can be classified as a cloud cyber attack. This can include attacks on service platforms that utilize service delivery models like SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. World's largest password manager, Lastpass, hacked. The world's largest password manager, Lastpass, confirmed that it has been hacked. The company says that an unauthorized party was able to access its internal data. However, the company maintains that the passwords of its 25 million users are safe. The security breach had occurred 2 weeks ago, targeting its development environment. No customer data or encrypted passwords were accessed. It also claimed that there is no evidence that any customer data or password vaults were accessed. Lastpass claims over 33 million active users and more than 1 lakh business accounts. CBDT urges online games winners to pay taxes in the updated ITR scheme. The Central Board of Direct Taxes has asked winners of online games to update their income tax returns to file taxes on winnings of online games. It was noted that hardly any winners had paid taxes on their winnings in FY20 to FY22. The CBDT has urged winners to update their income tax returns under the updated income tax returns scheme. Winners will have to pay 30% tax on the winnings without any rebates, along with interest due on the tax as well as the penalties associated with the ITRU scheme in order to comply with their tax liabilities. Match files antitrust case against Apple in India. Tinder-owned Match Group has filed an antitrust case against Apple with the competition regulator in India, accusing it of monopolistic conduct that forces developers to pay high commissions for in-app purchases. It has also reportedly argued that Apple's mandatory in-app purchases restricted innovation and development of app developers. Match has also reportedly argued that Apple's reduction of its commission to 15% for smaller developers does not apply to its apps. CERT-In issues high security warning for Windows. The Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, has issued an advisory for all Windows users alerting about a security flaw that could harm Windows Defender, the program that protects Windows from viruses, malware, and other threats in some versions of Microsoft Windows. The Windows Defender's Credential Guard component has a bug that enables a locally authenticated attacker to go around security measures and acquire elevated access to the targeted system. Users are asked to update their devices immediately. Indian origin Twitter executive reportedly quitting to join Meta. Senior Indian origin Twitter executive Sandeep Pandey, Vice President of Engineering, is leaving the platform after more than a decade to join Meta. Pandey will work on Meta's artificial intelligence and machine learning teams. At Twitter, he worked in various capacities like Senior Director of Engineering, Head of Revenue Sciences, and led the brand and video team. Prior to joining Twitter as staff engineer, Pandey worked as research scientist at Yahoo. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to VAR India News magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.